Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike at Filmboy24. And if you don't know by now, I really enjoy rescuing old film. And what I mean by that is I like to dig it out from the deep, dark depths of those 1970s camera bags, basements, attics, flea markets, and garage sales. Yeah, even eBay. And I like to bring them back to life. I like to give them a fresh, delicious, new, shiny, beautiful life. Really not much shiny about it. But if you're curious as to what I was able to do with this really old roll of Sears Super-8 film that was shot many, many years ago, I'm going to show you. That's right. This is a follow-up, sort of a follow-up. This is found film roll number 48. And this is kind of a follow-up to roll number 47, which was my previous found film episode. And when I say previous or follow-up, it's not like, okay, they're in order or any specific little, metrics or anything like that. What I mean is it comes from the same batch of film that I got from Maple Shade, New Jersey. I either got 9 or 11 rolls, I can't remember offhand, but they were all in the same batch. Some Kodachrome, some of this stuff, one Photomat, and I've processed 2 rolls now, found film 47 and now 48, and they are both this. This is Sears film. It was Sears packaged and branded, and I believe this is K2, Kodachrome K2, which is the predecessor to K40. It's a very difficult film to get images from, as you'll see in just a second. K2 is really difficult. It employed the old K12 process, which preceded the K14 process that we're all so familiar with now for Kodachrome that is also defunct. So if you're not familiar with Sears, it's an old department store that basically sold everything. I think in the latter part of its life, they were more known for their craftsman tools and their outdoorsy kind of stuff. I don't know. I didn't shop at Sears a lot. I did frequent it occasionally. Is that an oxymoron? I frequent occasionally. Anyway, they sold everything. They sold everything from writing pens to houses. Yes, at some point, they actually sold houses at Sears. So I don't know if they just contracted through Kodak and Kodak made film specifically for them and packaged it for them. That's probably what happened. This particular roll did include processing, which leads me to believe that Sears really delved into absolutely everything. They sold their own film and processed it as well. So I did some test strips on this film. In fact, I did it last time when I processed the first roll. And I got a good medium time and temperature in which to process it, which was about 3 minutes in my HC110B formula developer at about 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I did my normal everything. This film does have remjet, which is kind of why I think it's Kodachrome too. And it's early 70s. Late 60s, early 70s. I believe this roll is early 70s. One thing to note about this type of film, it's very difficult to get images from. I've done videos before on Kodachrome 2 film, and I've shown you just how difficult it can be. And if you can get images from them, you're going to be lucky to be able to recognize the people in the film. There's an occasion where if you shoot it yourself and it was stored halfway decent, you could probably do okay with it. But when you have found film and it was shot that many years ago, I mean, we're probably working on 50 years with this roll right here. Expect fog, expect flat images, a lot of cloudiness, probably some scratching, some emulsion issues, all the things you really don't want when you process and scan a roll of film. But you kind of expect it going into this. My main goal in life, well, film-related goal, is to salvage some of these old lost memories, as you know that with my found film series. I enjoy bringing some of these old memories to life as opposed to this just going into the waste bin. So with that, I don't want to do a whole lot more of that, and I'm going to show you what I was able to get from this. One tidbit really quick, just as a reminder, I did get this from on eBay, and it came from Maple Shade, New Jersey. Now, we learned last time on my last found film that it was a grand opening, and I was emailed by somebody that kind of figured it out for us, but it was a grand opening to what I believe, and he believed, was a JC's building in 1973. And then he cross-referenced a Google view of my film versus the building that is there currently, and although they've kind of bricked in the front entrance, you could tell it's the same building. So, and then I did a little more research, and I found the name of the person that's on the marquee on top of the car that we couldn't figure out. Found out that his wife, they're both deceased now, his wife was affiliated with the JC's when it opened, so we're pretty sure that was the JC's building in Willingboro, New Jersey. So with that, keep that in mind, and also at the very end of that last film, well, I don't want to give it away. Here's this one. We got a football game. There's no denying that we can figure and make out what that is. That's clearly a football game, a junior football game. I don't know if it's high school or middle school or even elementary school. It's tough to tell. One thing I will tell you is that the film is really rough. A couple times you can see, I saw hawks, looked like on a car, on a vehicle, which is likely a mascot. And then on the side, the benches area across the field, it looked like it said bisons. So I don't know if it's the hawks versus the bisons, but I didn't have a whole lot of luck in the quick searches that I did to figure out where that is. Probably somewhere in that New Jersey area, the Maple Shade or Willingboro area. But again, I didn't do a ton of research, so I'm not positive where that's from. Another thing I want to mention, the jumping and skipping. That happens occasionally, and sometimes it's my scanner. Most of the time it's not, because I've gotten fairly proficient at that. And most of the time, it's from the original film shooter's camera. And what I mean by that is the film sort of jumps in the gate sometimes. A lot of the lower end, consumer, easy to buy, easy to use cameras weren't the best quality. back then. So you'd pop your cartridge in, and sometimes the little pull down claw would miss, or it would sort of pop away. There really isn't a pressure plate system in the Super 8 cartridge or cameras. There's a little bit of a plastic and a metal, sort of a metal spring that pushes that pad against the film a little bit. So it's nothing like 16mm where you got a good solid pressure plate keeping the film flat. That doesn't happen with Super 8. And a lot of times that film can sort of jump around in there. And the reason I knew this is because I stabilized that particular roll of film. I'll show you what I mean, because look at the perforations and look at the frame line. Anytime the perforation and the frame line don't move in unison like this, well, that's a camera issue, because the film is sort of jumping around independent of the perforation and the pull down. So the film is basically just moving around within that perf like this, and doing a lot of jumping and skipping. So anyway, that was the original camera or camera person's fault, not mine. I'll take all of the error credit when it's due me. Do me, don't do me, don't do... This could get ugly. If you like this video, I want you to do me a favor on the way out. On the way out. That's like a treadmill. It's free. It takes very little time. Watch, I'm going to show you how long it takes. You ready? That's it. If you are counting, that's less than a second to tap that little thumbs up button. It helps YouTube algorithms and all that, and spread the word a little bit about found film. And I think the word needs to be spread. In fact, so much so that if you have an old roll of movie film like this, Super 8 film, look on the edge of it. If it says exposed, that means it's already been fully shot. And you want to get it processed and scanned for free, you contact me. I'm not going to return the film, but I'll process it, scan it, and show it to you on my channel. I'll even send you a digital copy of the film, and it won't cost you anything. Now, if it's your film that you shot and you expect me to process it for free and send it back to you, that's unfortunately not how it works. I will do it for you, but I have to charge you. I'm only interested in found film for free, so keep that in mind. If you think I've earned it, do what the picture says and subscribe. I would appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. It means a ton to me that I have this many subscribers already. I mean, I'm pushing very close to 3,000. Never thought I'd get over 300. But here I am 2.5 years later with almost 3,000. So thank you. Thank you to everybody that watches my videos, subscribes to my videos, likes my videos. And by like, I mean likes them. Like, you like them. If you don't, then that's okay too. And until the very next time that I see or hear or envision all of your beautiful faces, and I do it every week. That's the one. I'll see all of you on the very next go-around.